Have you ever wondered why Britain feels so broke right now? Well, a Labour MP has just gone viral for explaining it all with biscuits. Yep, you heard that right, biscuits. Stick around, because this is actually a brilliant way to understand a really complicated topic. Gordon McKee, the MP for Glasgow South, posted a video that's been viewed over 1 million times. In it, he sits down with a plate of custard creams and chocolate bourbons to explain the UK's massive national debt. He starts by introducing a term that sounds boring but is super important: the debt-to-GDP ratio. Imagine a chocolate bourbon represents the UK's debt, and a custard cream represents how much money the country makes. Back in 1994, when McKee was born, our debt was about 30% of our GDP. For every pound the country made, the government owed about 30p. This stayed pretty stable until the 2008 financial crisis. We had to bail out the banks, and suddenly that debt jumped to 60%. Over the next decade, it crept up to 80%. Then the pandemic hit. The government had to borrow a ton more money, and now our debt to GDP ratio is sitting at a staggering 100%. But here's the twist: that's not even the main problem. You look at other countries, and France's ratio is 113%, America's is 120%, and Japan's is a massive 240%. So why is the UK in such a tight spot? It's because we're paying way more interest on our debt than any of those countries. McKee explains it perfectly. Lenders aren't just looking at the total amount of debt, they're looking at how fast it's piling up. He compares Japan to a mate who's always in his overdraft, and America to a guy who spends a lot but always shows up to work. Britain, he says, used to be the sensible one. But recently, it's like we've bought a new car, a dog, and a hair transplant all in 1 month, pretending we got a big pay rise when really, we just maxed out a credit card. Because our debt has grown so quickly, the people lending the government money are getting nervous, so they're charging us much higher interest rates. This has led to a crazy situation where 8% of all government spending is just on paying interest. That's more than double the entire defense budget. When you're spending more on interest than on defending the country, you know things are not good. McKee's clever, biscuit-based explanation has won a lot of praise online for making a complex issue so easy to understand. Interestingly, he was the first MP to hire a dedicated content creator, and it seems like the strategy is paying off big time. What do you think of his explanation? Does it make more sense now? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.